So
So what? Okay,
we
thank you, Olivia.
did,
Yeah. So Kaitlyn and Olivia work together also in a partnership.
let's go to the bottom of the screen. Okay, so we did a Tinkercad, which I can open here, and we also did a Google drawing. Should we do the Google drawing first?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that came before the Tinkercad.
We did the Google drawing first, so if like the Tinkercad was, I don't know, whatever. We did it first though, and Kaitlyn said she wanted to present it.
Oh, me. Right. That's what you meant. So, we still have the basketball hoops so people could still do active play, and we have a designated area for backpacks because they're usually just all over the place. With garbage cans by the door and the water fountain, which you can also refill your water bottle at. We added more plant boxes, and I think we made them a little bit wider so people could sit on them too.
Yeah.
And there's a garden with a path leading to where you eat. Or just sit there at the tables.
Is that it?
And it's turfed with some permanent pavement.
So we also did a Tinkercad.
Which was very difficult to work with, by the way, because Tinkercad's annoying.
We did Tinkercad. It's just like the Google drawing. Oh wait, it's the wrong way around. Okay. Oh no.
Oh,
it was hard.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
So we did a Tinkercad, and we just made like basically a model of the Google drawing. So we have an area for. I'm gonna hide the wall just so you can see everything easier. No, that looks really weird. We have an area for backpacks here, so people can put their backpacks there. Okay, this is really difficult to scroll through.
Okay, it's difficult. That's why it's difficult.
Oh, it's my screen sticky. We had some basketball hoops, and we thought that would be easier than a court because a court takes up a lot of space, and we weren't really sure if there would be space. And then we have a water fountain here and like a trash can, so the trash. And then we also, oh god. Oh, look. We also did a garden, like with trees and
A
stuff.
bench.
We have a little bench because I thought that would be nice. And then oh no, okay. We have these planters here that they just have some flowers, but they could have vegetables or, I don't know, students could grow stuff in them. And then we have the seating area here that also has trash cans, so like people when they eat can drop their trash.
Also,
there's ice cream on the tables, but that's just because it was the only food they had in the menu. We just have some tables and some chairs and trash cans. And then the other thing is we decided we would do mostly turf, but then where the basketball hoops are, we have it, I guess that's permeable pavement. So like it's sort of split. And I think that's it. Do you have anything else?
And one of the ideas behind having the tables in the courtyard and in that space, first of all, that space because it's cut off from where people would be active playing and you don't get hit with something while you're trying to eat. And we put the tables specifically there because I think it was like back in February, we had the climate walkout, but all 3 grades had to have lunch at the same time. And our cafeteria is split between the high school and our school, and it's just small. I think it was like the 7th graders got the cafeteria and 6th graders got the gym or vice versa. But the 8th graders, us, we were in the courtyard and we had to have lunch on the floor because there's no tables and like 2 benches. So we all had to eat lunch on the floor and it was not very pleasant.
Yeah. Let me go back to the pamphlet. Here we go. So we had our original plan is here. Should I read it? Do you want to read it?
I guess you read yours, I read mine.
Oh no, I meant like the one we did together.
Oh no, yeah, that one. That's better.
This is basically just what we ended up doing. We wanted to have a rain garden, which I guess we did with planters, and we wanted the planters to also sort of be benches, so we made the edges wider. We have a picture of that, like from Google, over here. Like this is is not what we ended up going for. We sort of did something more like this, where you could sort of sit on the edge if you wanted to sit there. And we also wanted to have turf so people could sit or play soccer, or if there was like no lunch, maybe you could do classes there. We wanted to do
You could also do classes at the tables.
Yeah, at the tables too. We also wanted to do a green wall with something, I guess ivy, but I don't think we did that in either of our Tinkercad yet.
Nope, that didn't happen.
Let's see. Water fountain, and we did trash. We were gonna add a shady structure, but instead we just did it in like the alleyway where we had the table. So here,
Which benefits the
it's
shade for
pretty
the eaters
shady
anyway.
anyway, so we didn't put a shady structure there in the end. We had some drawings that we sort of just, used to, like this was what we wanted our garden to look like. It doesn't look like that in the Tinkercad, but this was Kaitlyn's original bubble diagram. Soccer field, basketball. Do you want to present this?
Oh, yeah, the chill zone area is actually where we have the tables now, and there wasn't enough space for a small like baseball field or whatever. So we did do the basketball court, which was the basketball hoops, and we did the turf, which doubled as a soccer field. Yeah. Okay, it's terrible. Get off of it. Go to yours. Thanks.
Okay, I didn't put mine because mine didn't look very much like the end thing at all. So.
And mine did?
No. But this is what we thought of for the shady thing, which we didn't end up putting. And then I think that's it. Originally, and we wanted to put a rain barrel, but we weren't really sure where that would go. So we didn't end up actually putting it in our design, but it would have been cool. And this is just screenshots, but that's cool. Okay, I think that's it. I will stop sharing my screen.
Thank you, Kaitlyn and Olivia.
Fantastic. I thought that was great. Again, the Tinkercad skills and the design skills are phenomenal for remote learning. Even if this was a in-depth class in classroom, it's wild, the skills that all the students have picked up. Can we go to Michaela, please?
Yes, amazing job. I think everyone was blown away by sort of your attention to your user. So I loved the idea of like a spot for backpacks and a spot to fill up your water bottle. It was really clear that you thought about who was going to be using this. Even that idea of like protecting the seating area from basketball so people could sort of enjoy themselves was really awesome. I'm curious, I know you talked a little bit about some of the things that you thought of that didn't quite make it into your final design. Can you just talk a little bit more about how you made some of those decisions about, what you would take from your original ideas and sort of what you might leave behind?
Olivia?
Oh, sure. Okay. I think we sort of did the ideas before we partnered up, and then we just sort of decided what parts of each other's original ideas we wanted to include. And then some of them we just didn't end up doing. I don't think there was really a specific reason.
And some ideas we have from our experience, like the backpack area, the lunch area, the shade.
Fantastic. And can we go to Brad?
I'll just sort of second what everyone is saying in the chat about how blown away I am with just like what you guys learned in this period of time, both like the ability to use the technology, but also, anyway, these were just remarkable, all of them. I liked a lot in this last one, sort of both in your process, using different technologies, but also bringing your own experience and then kind of using it all together. Like it's multifunctional in a lot of ways, from the ways you could sit on the planters and where you could put the backpacks to just kind of how you brought everything together in your process. And I guess my question is, a little about what that experience was like. It's clear you like wrestled with Tinkercad and had your frustrations with it, and you had like things in your own head from your own experience, and then you had those pictures that were like beautiful and cool, and then you had to wrestle them all into this, you know, design. I think you did a great job of that, but obviously just like putting together all those different technologies and different ways of imaging space and kind of what that experience felt like, what was frustrating and how you dealt with those frustrations and how you thought about kind of getting to your end product.
So, yeah, we had separate ideas. A few of the ideas we agreed on, and then a few we had to compromise, like to take out the softball field. Olivia, add on if you want.
Basically, what Kaitlyn said. Most of our ideas were pretty similar to begin with, and then some of them we compromised on.
Great, thank you.